then hopefully you'll be able to do it then. All right. Then I take the one that was left in front and I pull it down to the middle of the fork and hold it there with my thumb. And then I push the ribbon back down. Then this one you've been working with, you're going to come back up through the middle. Can y'all see? Come up through the middle. And then you're going to lay it down. And the ribbon that you hadn't been using, which is the one that you pull to the middle, is going to come over and under the other end piece. So you can tie a knot. And I get it sort of I don't tie it real tight at first because I want to make sure I scoot my ribbon back down to the band so it's as full as it can possibly be. Then I just take and put a real good knot in, just all you need is the one. You don't need to do it again. Then when you slip it off the fork, and then when you turn it up, you can bring your little things down and you have a perfect little bow. It's just really neat and it's really hard to mess up in that, but it's great to do that. And then like this mine that I'm finished, you would take it and glue it underneath her chin. And you want to make sure, look, because the knot doesn't look as good as the front end, make sure you glue the right side onto the thing so you get the ribbon. Then you can pull these, cut them to whatever length you want. And if you've got one that's going somewhere you don't really want it to go, you can always pull one down and put a little bitty drop of glue and hold it down for it in that. And then that way you've got your angel that you can hang on a tree. You can give it to somebody as gift. One of the ladies I know is making them as where she's going to seat people at her Christmas table, and everybody will take their angel home with them as a favor from Christmas in that. So did everybody hear me this time? I'm so sorry for the problem. Do you still want me to go over making the bow again?
If you don't mind, I didn't get mine correctly. I missed a step somewhere.
Okay. All right. I will do that. Okay. I've got the ball I'm going to use. And you've got the part that's the metal, well, this plastic, but the metal part that you would normally put the thing on to hang it is at the bottom. And you're going to take the order, in case it doesn't look like maybe I'm going to go out, but the order you do it is you put one of the long ones on, then you turn it over and put the two wings on, and then you put the other long one on top of the wings to hide where the wings join together.
Where does the metal top part go? Is that you place it like downward in the ribbons?
Yeah, it's going downwards because this is what you're going to glue the little, I don't know how well you can see this, but where this is where you're going to put the glue to glue the
okay,
ribbon.
I got my ball upside down. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want, I mean, I have done one with it up, but it's better with it going down. In that. So I'm going to take the ball, the end, and for the first one on the front, or the first one I'm going to do, I'm going to put glue on about half of the silver thing, and then put my ribbon
thank you
on there and sort of hold it down to where it's I sort of round it back is why I use half of it and hold it until it sort of sticks. So you got this one here. Because when it comes down to it, you can look to see which the front or the back looks good so you can determine which side you want to be the front when you get through. Of course, you're going to put a ribbon on it. Then you're turning it over and you're taking your little wings. And I usually will just go ahead and put the glue on the wing. And then I'm going to do it just a little over half of the middle. And then hold it there until it sticks a little bit. And actually, I've got the scrunchie is a little bit wide. It really needs to be a little narrower. You most likely don't need more than somewhere between 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch in there. And then once I have that one on and my front's falling off, I think I got so much glue on it, it don't want to stick. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put the glue on the wing that's already there. And then stick it down. And you want to sort of look to make sure that your wings look like they're the same out on each side. And then once you've done that, you're going to take your other long one, either put glue on it or on the back, and then stick it so it covers the middle of where you join the two wings together at. Now, once that dries real good, you can look over here and see, okay, is this one going to be a prettier front, or is this one going to be a prettier front? And then just decide which one you want is your front. And real good, this one just fell off. If it's not computer problems, it's the other kind. And I'm so sorry, ladies, but I think this one's working better. And then is when you take your pipe cleaner, and I really don't have a purple pipe cleaner. And I think I'm going to take, I think a silver one will look best on this one. So again, if you want to, you can go ahead and cut it in half, but depends on what size here, how big you want your circle. But I just sort of make me a circle and I leave enough on over where I'm done it so I can twist it onto the stem that's left. And then you can go in and do that. And then where this is going to stand up. Then you're going to decide whether you want your halo right on the head or a little bit above. Then I'm going to take and sort of bend this a little bit to the shape of the back of the head. And then I'm going to cut off the excess stem. Okay. Then I'm going to take my glue gun and put a strip of glue up the head and stick my halo on it and hold it in there a little bit to let it set. Because you can always go back after it sets and straighten up your halo. Unless you want a cocky halo, and then you can have it tilted. So then that's when you've got that with a halo. If you don't want to hang it on a tree, let's say you just want to sit it out, you don't need to put a tie on it. but you can always go and put a tie on later. And I know the ones I first did with the tie, I didn't put it through the halo. And when you held it up, it wanted to go forward. So I started putting them inside the halo. So when it hangs, it stays straight in there. And then you make your bow. And I think I'm going to put, I have gone one day and sat and did nothing but make up bows. And I made up this little one right here. And I think I like the little white one on there. So again, put you some glue down here. And put your bow and stick it there. And you've got a finished angel. They're real cute. They're real quick. It doesn't take very long to make them in that. And go ahead.
Can you show us how to use the fork again? I missed that.
All right.
Get that bow done.
That is fine. And let me get another piece of ribbon. I'll just make a, if you've made one, you might want to measure it before you make it. And then if it makes a good bow and the lengths are good, then you know what you can cut your ribbon and you won't have to worry about that. But you're going to take your ribbon and lay it over the top of the fork. All right, and you're going to leave a tail because this is going to be one of your little tails for the bow. Then with the other ribbon, you're going to wrap it around the back of the fork. And I sort of offset them a little bit. And then I go and cut somewhere between an inch and a half to 2 inches larger than what you got. So I'm going to measure this just to be curious. It's almost 9 inches long. So again, I'm going to put the front there and bring around the back. Then this long one, I'm going to scoot this up where I can see the middle of the fork. And I'm going to bring this long one over the shorter one and through that. I don't know if you can see how I'm going through and coming to the back. Yep. Not too hot. Try this again. I'm going to bring this long one, come over the other one and through the middle prong of the fork. So it's sticking, it comes through the back. And then I'll pull it down. I'll take this front one that I had and pull it down to the center of the fork. That just helps make the two sides sort of even. And pull it down and you can adjust it a little bit. Then make sure it's all the way down. Then this one that you pulled out of the back, you're going to take it from the back through the middle prong so it comes together in that. Then I sit it down, and this shorter one I will take and go over the long one. And I should have made my other tail a little bit longer on this, but I think the thing, and then get you where you're starting to tie a knot. And you see how this has slipped up some from the bottom of the fork. I like to push it back down before I tighten my knot. Then just take your knot, take your two ends, and just pull it as tight as you can pull it. And then you just slide it off the fork and you pull your sides down. And voila, you have a little bow. And you're ready to put it on your angel.
Thank you. That worked well.
And like I said, when you get your instructions, they do have where to go to watch the lady do this on a video, because that's where I got it from. Because I was trying to do it myself, and I'm not a good bow tire by myself. And I thought about where I had seen it, so I went back and looked it up. All you got to do is put in "make bow with a fork," and it'll come up on the internet, and then you got it from there, and then it shows you the video. But I have put the link into. You will have the link in your instructions that you get in that. Has anybody got any questions about doing it? I think the instructions will make more sense now that you've seen it than it maybe would have before. One that I like to watch videos. I like hands-on and visual before I read in that. We've got just about 7 minutes left. I was going to try to go and show people how to look up, like I just said, to go look up making a bow with a fork. If I do that, I'm going to share my screen so you can see me do it, if you would like that, because we don't have a whole lot of time because of my interference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my mouse here, and I'm going to say share screen, and hopefully it's going to let me do this. And then I'm going to go to a tab. Does everybody see my desktop?
Carolyn, you will
Did I
have
lose
to,
you?
you'll have to unshare your screen before you can do that. No, we're not
Okay,
seeing
do
your
I?
screen share.
All right. Do I need to go to the page before I share it?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to go to another screen, and then I'm going to, well, now I can't find share. Well, it's not working that way because I can't get the share screen back up.
You may have to increase the Zoom link there. I'm putting into chat the link that Carolyn has provided for the handouts.
And again, just go in when you bring up your browser, just go in like if you know where you're going and you typed in a you know, a website, like you were going to Kroger's or somewhere, and you went in there and typed in Krogers.com. All you would do is in there is you can do it either in the browser, like I've got Google, you can either do it in the Google browser, or you can do it where you would type an address if you knew what the address was, and just type in there making bows with a fork, or like I've been doing gnomes, making gnomes, and I put in there how to make gnomes, and it will pull up, and there's usually one that lets you go to it'll say you can go to the images, and you click on that image, and then it's going to bring up bukus of different places, different people's things to go on there, and you can start looking. Sometimes I put free in there. You don't always get just free. You may get some, you may go to something and like it, and then when you go to it, it finds out they want to charge you. So, you know, it's going to be mixed. They don't say just free in that, but you can look in there for ideas. I've had ideas of different things I wanted to make, and I didn't need how to do it because there was a video, but I would take you know, I would do a snapshot. I have snap it thing where you can take and just take and print the picture of it. And I keep those in there to give me ideas of things that I want to do with something I already know how to make, but it gives me ideas how to change it up. And
Carolyn,
that's what you do.
we can only see your hands. We're not seeing your face.
Well, I can't see my face. Okay, sorry about that. But for some reason I can't get over to it. So
This
I
might be a
wish
good
I could.
opportunity. This might be a good opportunity for anyone who made the angel to share, turn on their camera and share what they have created.
And two, on Wednesday, at, well, let me see where when it is. Wednesday, I know in the afternoon there's a show and tell for you to get on and bring what you've made. So if you've made them between now and Wednesday, you can also show it on that. In that. And if you have any questions, feel free to find out where I am and how to get to me, and I'll be more than glad to help you or answer any questions.
We thank